Okay, welcome back to It's a Metal Thing, or sure to say, it's not always a metal thing. Today I'm doing something a little different. Look at that, right there, some wood. Here's some wood. Here's a piece that I glued together yesterday. The cool thing about these is the wood goes up and the grain follows. So my wife, I don't know why I keep putting my hand over the lens. My wife was out shopping up in Sacramento area and came across this furniture store and went in and liked these tables. The coffee table was on sale for $8.99, regularly $1,200 or something. And like these little end tables, that's an end table over there. That over there is an end table. This is gonna be the coffee table. This is another end table. It's the same design, but I'm gonna put legs on it so you see the wood goes up, or the grain goes up over the top. So right now I'm about $500 in on probably 2,000, a little over 2,000. I can add it up, I'll add it up. $2,000 worth of tables. So I'm gonna do it all myself. So I figured I would film it because there's some metal on the bottom. I'm gonna make some metal legs. They're up off the floor a little bit, a little reveal. This one over here, this coffee table is gonna have steel tubing legs. The other ones are just like an elevated little pad thing. So hope you enjoy it. Follow along. All right, I really have no idea what I'm doing, honestly. I'm not a wood guy at all. But I figured, hey, what the hell? Give it a shot. So I just have this taped together real quick just to make sure everything fits. Everything works together. I'm only gluing 3 sides. This front here is going to be a drawer. I hope, if I can get to work right. It's kind of hard. I don't know if it is hard or not. I'm just assuming it's hard when you have a tapered front, you know, to get the fit nice and look good. The guy that cut the wood for me, his name's Kevin. He did a good job. He knows what he's doing. So he handed it off to me. I don't know what I'm doing. So I gotta remember where I'm gluing, obviously. I'm supposed to do that or not, but I'm doing it. All right, that's that. Give it a few hours. Looks good. I can maybe go together a little bit. I have to work on that. I think. That's cool. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm going with it. Okay, couple hours, I guess, 3 hours. I got some door trim to paint for my house. So today's just dicking around the house day, I guess. So I'll be back. Okay, next day. The tables are all glued together. It turned out pretty good for being my first try. I ended up with a little bit of gap in here, just in a couple spots. That's glue, but there's like little spots that I need to come back and put some putty in. I'm not sure how the finish is going to take to the putty. I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm not sure how the finish is going to take to the putty, but I'll come back and touch it up with some paint sticks if I need to. So the finish I'm going to try, I don't even know yet exactly what I'm going to do, but I'm going to try, I'm going to make a sample piece of this concoction right here. This is vinegar and steel wool. So the vinegar eats the steel wool, and you spray it on the wood and it makes it darker. Most of our house is gray. We have a bunch of gray. We're gonna try, I don't want to make it too matchy. There's too much gray. So we're trying to break it up a little bit. So I want a little more of a natural look on these, but I don't want the natural wood. But right now I have to make the foot. So what I'm gonna do is, I got this piece of 1-inch angle. I'll drill some holes on the back side. I'll mount it to this. I'm gonna do a frame all the way around. And then I'm going to put a piece of 2.5-inch 14 gauge down here, and then I'll put another piece of angle iron for it to sit on the carpet or whatever. And on the corners, I'm gonna put some 45s that I can put some felt on. So if it ever goes onto the floor, the hardwood or the vinyl or whatever, concrete, it won't scratch. So I'm gonna cut all those pieces, I'm gonna drill them all, I'm gonna get that first framework going. It's gonna be, so the wood is 3/4 inch, the angle is 1 inch, so it'll be 1 3/4 inch back set, inset, and it'll be 2.5 inches tall. And that'll be painted black, because that's what they did on the original stuff that we saw. And then after I get all that done, then I'll work on the finish. So right now I'm gonna cut the metal, and then I'll show you how to put it together. All right, so I cut the angle iron frame, just screwed it in with number 8 screws. I didn't get tricky on the corners, I just cut the length. I probably will weld this up, but if I was doing it for a customer, I probably would have 45'd it, made it nice and clean. This isn't coming out. Once I get it done, it's not coming out. I'm just gonna paint it. So this is a 2.5-inch piece of 14 gauge. It's gonna go on like that to drop down, and then I'm gonna put another piece of angle iron up on that. So let's do that. So that's the foot. So I'm just gonna weld it up and put the corners in and grind it up, smooth it up, and paint it up. So that's next. Okay, another day on my wife's tables. Some over here, this one over here. The bases are done on these two. I have to put a base on this one. So the furniture is the Sullivan line on this particular brand, and they have different tables that are in that group. This is one of the tables that was in that group. The one that they had, though, had like legs that went up the side, and it had a recessed drawer, and I didn't really like that. It looked like a cabinet or whatever. So I am trying to, I mean, this fits pretty good for a first try, me not knowing shit about wood. So that's how that's gonna be. But on this particular piece, on this one here, it's just gonna have 4 legs. The overall height is gonna be the same as this, which is 22, 24? I don't even know. I think we went 22 by 22 on these. But, so I just gotta put legs on it. I bought some, 22. I bought some 1¼ inch down there, but I started thinking about how short those legs were gonna be. And I thought it was gonna look too chunky. So I went and bought some 1 inch. So I'm gonna do 1 inch 0.65 square legs. I'm gonna put a 5/8 little stringer leg, 2 inches up off the ground. I got some plastic inserts for the feet. So I'm gonna do that now. So follow along. All right, finishing up on the metalwork on my wife's coffee tables. So what I'm doing here, I have 1¼ inch flat bar. Just bringing it to the tip here. I don't want to see any metal. I just want to see the legs die right into this. I cut this like 1/8 inch short, just so the drawer won't hit the thing there. So I have this piece fit, drilled, screwed down. This piece is fit. I just have to fit this piece. I just marked it with some silver pencil. I'm gonna cut it, drill it, mount it. I'm going to tack the legs on just to get them flush with the edge of the wood. The flat bar is really close, but I want to make sure when I weld it up, I'll make up any differences. I just want to make sure that the outside of that tube is flush with the edge of the wood. I'll unscrew it, I'll finish it all up, and then fit it, make sure everything's good. Take it off, paint it black, and then I'll start putting the finish on the wood. I'm not gonna take the bottoms off of these. I'll just tape them off. That's obviously gonna be separate. So I'll just finish this up, and then we'll move on to the next thing. So I'm gonna unscrew this carefully, set it on the table, clamp it down, then I'll start fitting the cross braces and make sure everything's all square and plumb. Weld it all up, grind it all up, fit it again, and it should be done. All right, so it's finish time on the wood. It's all sanded down, smoothed up. They look good. I'm real happy with the way they turned out so far. I'm gonna put a finish on it now with, it's a mixture of steel wool and vinegar. It just darkens the wood. It's not really a stain. Did a couple samples, like the way it's turning out. Haven't really done a full-on, mixture of what I'm doing. I'm using a matte conversion varnish. Conversion varnish is a hardened varnish so you won't get rings. You know, when you set wet drinks on it, it's more durable than any kind of lacquer or anything. A little more expensive, but it's worth the money. So if you take a look, everything's pretty smooth. Corners turned out nice. Happy with all of them. They're ready to go. So I'll check back with you after I get the first coat on them. You know, I'm only going to spray one coat, so if the color turns out, it turns out. So it'll be what it is. So see you later. All right, so I have a finish on them. I'm happy with the way they turned out. The color changed quite a bit with the eclair. Obviously, that happens. I'm happy with it. Kind of was hoping it'd be a little grayer, but our house is mostly gray and blacks, and it's almost getting too much gray. So a little contrast, a little bit different is probably better. I got 3 coats of the conversion varnish on it. I wish I would have bought matte. This is satin. It's a little shiny for me. I'm gonna take it home, put it in the spot, see how it looks, see how I feel about it. If I want it a little more dull, I'll take some rubbing compound. They got some like real hardcore compound from back in the day. You can get at an automotive store. It's pretty gritty. I can like rub it down with that and mat it out some. But I won't know till I get home. So this is the drawer front. Obviously the drawer. Yeah, so it turned out. The seams look good. Overall, I'm really happy, especially since it's my first time. But you can see there's too much shine on there. Like I said, we're at a steep angle. You know, this isn't the best place to look at the sheen just because it's such a steep angle. When I get it home and it's in the living room, I'll have a better idea whether it's acceptable or not. But yeah, overall, pretty happy. So just gotta finish that leg over there, clean this mess up. And man, this place is wasted. Once I got started on them, I really didn't want to stop because I didn't want to get banged up or banged around dirt, you know, funky. I spent, you know, quite a bit of money on the wood and having it cut. So it's like $3,000 worth of tables. I'm in it for about $700, not counting my labor, but you can't count your labor, right? So I feel pretty good about it, and I'm pretty sure my wife will be happy. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's in the house, when it's all done, when I get that done and everything, and then that'll be it. So see you tomorrow. All the tables at home. I was gonna show getting the base done on this one over here, but I forgot my phone. I'm filming all this on my phone, so you didn't get to see it. So I brought it home. I'm happy with the way it turned out, actually. I'm not a wood guy, and you know, I'm of the mindset that I can do anything, so I can, but this one went relatively easy. I'm happy with the way it turned out. So check it out. So the color's good in here. I like the way that the grain, you know, goes up over the top. I'm happy with the sheen, actually. The sheen turned out good. I'm happy with it. I was a little concerned it might be too shiny. This is the metal base that I made. This is different than the one that they sell. Theirs isn't, it doesn't really follow the design very well. Mine follows the design a lot better for that line. But so the drawer, pretty sweet. Fits nice, the gap's good. Really happy with the way that turned out. So that's it for this job, this project. My wife's happy. Again, online, these added up were like $2,900. I got them in like $700. So that's a bonus. So if you like this, hit the like button, subscribe. I don't foresee doing any wood again, but never say never. So check you on the next one.